I'm Jake Bruton, and today on the Build Show, I want to talk to you about the first material or procedural change that I made when I took over my company 14 odd years ago. Let's talk about that. It has to do with tile. So the first project that I landed when I was taking over this company, Aarow Building, if you don't know, this is a family company, 37 years in business, and I bought the company 14 something years ago from my parents. And for the first year that I owned the company, or maybe 8 months, I was the only employee. And so the first job that I landed was a bathroom remodel. Not too different from the one we're standing in today. Just so you know, this is my personal bathroom at my new construction house. So everything I'm going to talk about today, and this is a shower and that's waterproofing, is gonna be something that I do on my own house, not just a client's house. So the first thing I did, the first job, was a bathroom renovation. Pull out a tub, put in a walk-in shower, replace the tile floor. And before that point, before I owned the company, we used a cement board or concrete board and a roll-on product, and those products were heavy, difficult to cut. I had to go outside to cut them because of how dusty they were. I couldn't cut them in people's houses. And they were time consuming. If I wanted to waterproof, I had to roll a layer of the waterproofing on. I had to seat tape in that waterproofing, and then I had to come back the next day and put on another coat. And if I didn't get it thick enough and I checked it with the mill gauge and I knew that, then I had to do it the next day. And I'm not saying anything about the fact that those systems did or didn't perform. They just didn't fit with the way I wanted to work. I know that you can do a shower many different ways and it be waterproof. But the difference with this product over our previous methods, this is idiot proof. This is less time consuming, costing me less production days. And I just really like the simplicity of a system where from above my shower head all the way to where I connect to the PVC in the drain, I have one manufacturer and I have one warranty. So what I'm talking about, if you can't read it because it's sideways, is Schluter's Curdy paper. And effectively what it is a roll waterproofer. And the process of putting it on the wall is a thin set on the wall and mush it into the thin set. Obviously it's not that simple. But the manufacturer of Curdy is Schluter, and the Schluter family makes uncoupling for under tile. They make a heated floor product. They make the drain assemblies that we're using. They make our sloped pans, our wall waterproofing. They make banding to connect it all together. And then they make the thin set as well. And then because you're using just their product plus tile from a manufacturer, you're gonna get a warranty on your waterproofing. Like how ridiculous is that in a world where 9 out of 10 methods that the TCNA handbook, the Tile Council of North America handbook, recommends would never carry a warranty because you have conflicting manufacturers, and the first thing they're going to say is, yeah, but we don't work with that kind of drain. Well, but that kind of drain doesn't work with our product, or that curb is never going to work with, it's always push the buck onto somebody else with manufacturers until you only have one person to turn to. And these guys have been fantastic. We've never had a warranty claim with them in the 14 years that we've been using their products. And that's why I wanted to, A, use it in my own house, but B, talk about it. So some of the really cool things about their Curdy paper and the whole system. They make a drain. In this instance, we're gonna use, let's see if we can show it like that. There you go. We're gonna use a Curdy drain that's a line drain. It opens up and there's a stainless steel drain body in there that has the waterproofing factory installed attached to the drain body. So when I connect this to my drain underneath and this waterproofing on here to my pan that already came waterproofed, I have one system, like I said, from the top all the way to the bottom. They're not worried about shingle lapping their waterproofing, because if you make a 2-inch connection, we're good to go with the system being waterproofed, which allows me a lot of flexibility. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll install the waterproofing on the walls, and then I can lay a 2x6 on the floor and stack tile on top of that. But if we go ahead and put the pan in like this, I don't like setting that first row of tile on an uneven surface. You know, that pan's pre-sloped. It might not read well on the camera, but it does have slope to our center drain location. Well, I can then screw a board to the wall, take some of their patch after I remove that board, patch it, and then lay in tile underneath that. And then I'm able to start my first layer of tile perfectly level, absolutely level, sitting on top of a board that's screwed to the wall. I can come up a couple levels. It really gives you a lot of opportunity. So I do that quite often when we're installing tile in a shower like this. The other thing that we do is, you can see there's no inset. A shower this size, it's highly unlikely that the clients don't want a place to keep shampoo. Well, in here we have one of their pre-made insets, and as we tile up, when we get to the point where we know our elevation for that tile, we're going to then cut the inset in and band it, and then continue running our tile same day and everything. And that gives us the ability to get most of the way there and not fully rely on math. We all know how that goes. The tile says it's 12 inches, it's 11 and 13/16, and your grout spacers change as you go up to compensate for little variations in the tile. Well, now I have ultimate workability with what's going on there. I'm able to poke that thing in the wall after the fact. I also wrote an article for Journal of Light Construction a while back in their training the trades section on how to cut and fold the Kerdi paper in order to make your own inset. So if you have to custom size it, you can cut, fold, lap it. It all goes in with thin set, just like this stuff. And now my tile installer can take care of everything and run after everything's drywall. And he's in charge of the waterproofing and the tile, which is better than having a separate waterproofing contractor, as I know there are in some places. The other cool thing about their product, that we didn't use it here, but they also make the Kerdi in a board form. So it's a foam center with Kerdi laminated on both sides, and it's strong enough to run and put tile on. Well, it doesn't work on 24-inch on center framing, which is what we have here, so we didn't use it. We used this instead. But if we had 16-inch framing, a traditionally framed house, our 1/2-inch drywall can co-plane down the wall with our waterproofing, and the drywall guys can even mud to the edge of that waterproofing, and then there's no seam, even though this is a very tiny bump over the drywall, it is an added layer, it co-planes just fine. And now we have an even smoother opportunity for tile underlayment. It really is a system that handles itself well. One of the other things that I noted in the beginning, having to cut the cement board or a concrete board outside, and it's dusty and it's heavy, I can carry the whole roll to do all the waterproofing for this shower and the drain in one trip. I put the waterproofing on one hand and the drain in the other hand and walk up the stairs. Or I'm standing on some of their uncoupling membrane. I can carry a whole roll of that upstairs. I can cut it, lay it out in the room. It's dust free. I cut it with my razor knife. It's just simpler. And in thinking about this product and thinking about, wow, we've been using it for 14 years and never had an issue. I was wondering how long they've been making this product. Their website says that they've been making the waterproofing product for walls since the 90s, I believe. So it's not that it's new to you, or that it's new to you if you didn't know about it already. It's been around for long enough that I think we can trust it. I've been using it long enough that I believe I can trust it. I don't do a shower any other way. I'm sorry, there's plenty of opportunity to make this system work in whatever the application. I really think it's worth it. And they also have solutions for steam showers and things like that. So when you're looking at one manufacturer, one warranty for almost any tile installation you could ever think of, I mean, I've never ran into one where their product's not gonna work and not gonna carry a warranty. I don't think you can find a better manufacturer. So I just kind of wanted to share this, to make sure that people knew about it, to make sure you understand the game changer that this has been for our firm. And stay tuned to next week's video, because I do want to talk about their uncoupling membrane and their heated tile floor product, because I think that's pretty interesting as well. So we'll save that for next week. Thanks for watching this week on The Build Show, though. Don't forget to check out Matt Reisinger, Steve Basic, Wade Paquin, and Brent Hull. They're all putting up fantastic content every week on The Build Show. Thanks for watching.